Well, it's the wettest year on record, wettest fall on record here in the Homer area, and we're just wrapping up with what would have been a lot easier and faster job had it just not been intensely wet this fall. I'm doing a drone overflight right now just to finish up this project. But basically here we did about 8.5 acres of clearing on a 10-acre lot, really beautiful lot overlooking kind of the middle of the bay here near Fritz Creek. Unfortunately, this area here is just so wet that I wasn't able to get the finish that we normally like to see with work like this. But if you see in the background there, all of that area and the distance was stuff that we cleared earlier this summer, has a really smooth finish to it. And again, the customer's goal here, there are several other contractors that kind of came in and made the process a lot more challenging for us, just mucking up the ground and everything. But the customer's goal here is basically just to remove all of the understory. So they're gonna develop and subdivide this lot. They wanna have the option to come in and selectively, clear a lot of these spruce trees out, but mostly just, have the lot opened up underneath, no slash piles. The 2 slash piles that are on the lot were from some of those other contractors we were talking about. But yeah, despite the fact that it was ridiculously wet, and this lot is a very wet lot, you can even see the moisture, just surface water everywhere, we still managed to get it done. And yeah, it's not the finish we would normally be able to generate with a truly dry year. Some of the areas are just so swampy we couldn't go over them more than once. But I think the end result looks really nice. This is very economical, very ecologically responsible way to do clearing. There's no burning, there's no slash piles to deal with in the end. Yeah, these are some of the wettest and worst looking areas here, where we just couldn't go back over because of how swampy it is. But we can kind of do a little bit more of a walkthrough. You can see, even though we've only, we're back over here a couple weeks ago, the grass is already coming back up. Next year, this will all be kind of lush grass, meadow-like. You could flail mow it in the dry areas after this and have a really great finish. So if you have a similar kind of project, doesn't really matter how big or how small. This lot's 10 acres. We've done up to 40-acre sections before. We do a lot of remote ski trails. We can be pretty precise to within, a foot to 6 inches of clearing. As you can see here, we're able to work around most of the trees and root systems, leave them in place while still giving a really good finish. So now we're walking out of the muddy area and getting into more of areas that we're able to do when it was a bit drier. You can still see there's so much surface water at the bottom of the slope. Again, the 2 piles, that slash pile there, and there's one over there. Those we couldn't rake out. Those were done by another contractor after we've already been through. But yeah, this is kind of the finish that we like to see. Again, very easy to maintain unless you're gonna build something directly on it later. All you got to do after this is basically mow it, and you've got yourself a yard. Oh, looks like I'm blocking somebody in.